2 free throws for Damian Lillard with his team down by 1. Damian Lillard comes up short on the first attempt. Missed them both. The Clippers hand the Blazers a big bubble blow.
Asking me about Patrick Beverley, who I sent him home before at the end of a game.
It's Lillard. He got the shot off. Lillard good! And the Blazers win the series!
Paul George just got sent home by me last year in the playoffs.
Lillard, long-range three.
And I saw that PG said, you could be going home this year, which is also true, but that's what we're here for, to see how that's going to play out. We trying to earn a spot, and that's all I'm focused on.
What's up? Welcome to the Y'all Heard What I Said Sports and Entertainment Podcast. I'm Telp, this is Darren, Swish, Diesel. What's up, We want to talk about bubble basketball. They're about 1.5 weeks in, and to me, these games have been lit so far. Most teams play about 5-6 games. I think we most have about 2 games left. And I want to know what y'all think about the bubble basketball so far for these season games.
It's been fun. I've been really enjoying these. They playing hard. It's been like a lot of overtime games, real high scoring, not much defense. Like the Bucks was the best defense in the league, and right now it looks like they got probably the worst defense in the bubble, on the exception of the last 2 games. And the Nuggets supposed to have pretty good defense and offense, but they've been struggling. But it's been pretty lit so far.
Right.
Yeah, I think the ball. I'm just glad basketball back.
Yeah.
Basketball back. Good to see a couple teams still in the same rhythm that they had before the season was over. But I mean, it's fun watching it without the fans. It's weird, but
Yeah.
I'm just glad that it's back. Man.
Shout out to the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
6-0 so far, so they keep
Motherfucker,
it up.
balling.
Like we said, it's like we've been saying, like a bunch of people like stepping up too.
They are.
Like Devin Booker been playing real good. TJ Warren, that man been buckets. I gotta give a shout out to my guy DeRozan, who has been leading the bubble in 4th quarter scoring so far.
Wow.
Who was it? Gary Trent. That's another name that comes up.
Gary Trent.
Michael Porter Jr. is another name that comes up. So
Mr. Portier.
like teams playing good, players playing good, teams are developing also young talent at the same time too, while also making that playoff run.
Man, it's been a lot of good competitive games, man. Like I said, shout out to Phoenix Suns. They had the most outside chance of making this 8 or 9 seed, and right now they are balling undefeated in the bubble. Also, still get a shout out to Dame and the crew. Melo, shout out to Melo, salute one of his GOATs. 15th all time.
All time.
His favorite player, Tim Duncan, is next. Melo coming for you. The bully's coming. Shout out to Portland. They've been playing their ass off, not just to get to the 9. They trying to overtake the Grizzlies to get to the 8 seed.
Man,
so,
Patrick Beverley done woke up that damn Damon and Dame Lillard. Cause
Speaking on that was funny to me. So y'all know the context of it. It stemmed from Dame missing 2 free throws and the Clippers won the game. And you see Pat Bev on the side talking about Dame time. So like him and Marcus Morris about to fall out the seat or something. Lou over there laughing. So after the game, Dame comes out and says that he already eliminated both of them. So that's how the whole thing started. Then we have a bunch of IG comments, and there it goes. So they basically woke Dame up. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll see in the playoffs or something, but it's lit.
You already think he woke Dame up. He already looked like he was woken up in the league.
That's true, but he had 51 points the next day.
That's true.
So
Brooklyn out here with an AAU team, balling, trying to beat on everybody. I'm just learning about the young boy Jeremiah Martin. Chills are getting work in. Jared Allen out here looking like a franchise center. Hey, I give him credit. You still got all the regular team. Philly, Joel Embiid, you the most unstoppable player in the world. You got to step up. No Simmons, bro. We here now. You've been crying for 4 months. It's back. Step up. But we'll be right back in a little bit.
It's a good separation for me, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus, Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt, it's go time.
I'm ready.
I had some was riding till the wheels fell off, but they...
I had some was riding till the wheels fell off, but they ain't still riding. I guess them wheels fell off, but I still gotta keep the drive just like a Porsche, and I gotta stay on flame just like a torch. Gotta rip every beat, show no remorse. I had to level up on my own, then get it endorsed. Gotta stay positive, you know, life takes a course, not with the negativity, no back and forth.
So the NBA seeding games conclude at the end of the week, and the playoffs start August 17th. So be ready for that.
August 17th, baby, we almost there.
We almost there.
Yes, sir.
So now we want to transition into NFL and the news that's been coming out recently. So Diesel here, he will tell you something that came out last week.
Yeah, so we have our good friend, Antonio Brown. He's been handed an 8-game suspension.
Tragic!
To start the 2020-2021 season, and yet he's still not on a team.
Come on, yo.
Come on, yo. So whenever he is signed, Mr. Antonio Brown will have to serve an 8-game suspension still before we see him on the field. So I'm just not sure. We may not see him on the field for another year again, guys.
What's going on with this?
I don't know.
Well, Lamar said he wanted him, so we might see him on the Ravens.
His cousin on there, so.
We also want to bring to the intrigue of this past Thursday, we had the deadline for all NFL players to opt out before training camp started. We had quite a few teams that a lot of people opt out, and including my team, the New England Patriots, had a total of about 7 players who opt out, including 2 key defensive players, as well as our fullback, some wide receivers. How you guys feel about the opt out then, man? It's gonna be looking like the Bubble in NBA too. Gonna be a lot of people missing.
I mean, I knew it was gonna be a lot of people to opt out to begin with, so I see no problem there. It just depends on like how many opt out, and you know there's not gonna be a lot of people playing to begin with, so we'll see what happens with that.
Man, everybody got their own decision. Everybody got their own right to what they want to do.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, either player's not going to play due to coronavirus or however they feel about what's going on in America. So I mean, they grown. We just watch them play, but at the end of the day, they got to take their own decision. They got their own decision. So.
Hey, it is what it is. They choosing their health just to miss 1 season of football.
Right.
Like I said, do what you think in your mind is right, no matter what anybody else says.
They still paid.
Right. Yeah, still paid.
Still paid.
Do what you think is right for you, for your family, for your health. So that's it right there.
Also, guys, don't forget the MLB is back. Those of you who are interested in this season, that's just been a long time coming. They still on the brink of getting things going, and people still coming out with the corona. Hey, sports is back, and we're trying to get back to it as well.
NHL as well.
NHL is
I got
back,
a
baby.
question about baseball though. What about the teams that got tested and they talk about they had to stay in that city? And
So
they're not going out playing.
I saw that they
games
were.
like
I don't know if they were
Marlins.
going to reschedule some of the games. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I saw that. They said some wouldn't be rescheduled, but some would. So we'll see how that goes at the end of the season. So.
Nice.
In NHL, what they doing is round robin playoff style. The first round, they still in the first round right now. I don't know.
Cap still in it, so yeah, Cap.
A round robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other day they was versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then all of a sudden they turned around and beat the Bruins, the Boston Bruins, the other day. So I don't know what's going on.
Alright, guys, we'll be right back.
Calculated move. The hardest shit up. That's the hardest shit up.
Back, guys. Hey, he's gonna go into more detailed situation as we get ahead along in our personal perspectives and opinions on what's going on in today's global world.
So we want to go back to the situation with Damian Lillard, Paul George, and slightly Patrick Beverley, but it's really between Damian Lillard and Paul George at this point. So if you've seen what was going on Instagram, Diesel, he could tell you more about about everything that's been happening. So it's crazy.
So we had a game in a bubble a few days ago where Portland was going up against the Clippers. and there was no Kawhi Leonard. And Paul George did not play the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, so there was basically the subs for the Clippers on the floor. You had Ronnie Magruder, you had Shannon, you had Patterson, JaMychal Green. I think I had a Mia Coffee sighting in there, but they were going back and forth with Portland, and to the point where Rodney Magruder hits a clutch ass 3, and then Dame gets to the line, down by 1, 2 free throws, chance to win. He misses both of them. While the whole time on the sidelines, Patrick Beverly and motherfucking Mook is going crazy. Mook, for y'all don't know, that's Marcus Morris. That's the dog. They over there just trolling Dame for missing the first one. Then they just made it worse. Patrick Beverly's supposed to be hurt. He over there flipping over the barricade. But anyway, we get to Instagram. Patrick Beverly started talking his shit.
Cancun on 3.
Let's go. Cancun on 3. Paul George, he come back.
Yeah, y'all getting sent home this year.
PG,
yeah. Y'all getting sent home this year, respect. And then Dame comes back and says,
"This man Dame, I can imagine his voice, man. You up there running from the grind, man.
Switching teams.
Y'all some chumps." Hey, that to me, there's some good trash talk on the same hand. I mean, Dame, you gotta take this shit, bro. You talk all that shit, Dame time.
It's
Dame time. It's fourth quarter. 2 free throws. You know Patrick Beverly gonna talk to anybody, but if it's Damian Lillard or LeBron James. So it's your turn, Dame. You messed it up. You gotta take whatever they throw at you. You wanna make it up, get to them in the playoffs, and make it count.
But what right does Patrick Beverly have to talk anyway? What has he done?
But I think it stemmed from at the beginning of the game when Dame hit a 3 and said, "I want you out here." So that's probably where it came from.
But he did go on NBA TV and address the situation and say he respected them for doing that. Now that he could put them out the playoffs, and they've been doing before him putting them out the playoffs. So
Dame has already proven himself.
Right. Yeah, boy, it's been a lot of shade coming thrown.
Young Dame improved himself. His playoff run last year as a 3 seed was exceptional. If they had a whole healthy team, no telling what they could have done this year with having the bully Carmelo Anthony, the addition of Hassan Whiteside, the returning Yusuf Nurkic from injury, and Zachary Collins. It would be nice if they could have Mr. Hood. I mean, he's a Hawk anyway. There's enough Hawks on that team. Well, anyway, we'll see how it goes. Like Switch said, I don't know why Patrick Beverly feels me. I love Patrick Beverly's defensive game. Hey, if you can annoy the defender getting his head, if that's what makes it work for you, do what you do. Something's obviously working because you're still in the league making shit happen. So
we're in the boat.
Hey, other than that, we got some real nice stuff going on. We got some new black cinema they've been adding to all these apps like Hulu, and we got some new stuff added on Netflix. A lot of people been talking about the addition of Miss Brandy and her Moesha sitcom. Hey, it's a lot of stuff there. Y'all go to Netflix, go to Hulu. Some of y'all got Tubi because y'all don't want to pay nothing.
Here you go.
So you ready for the
Come on, yo!
segment? So I have one personally for me. I believe that Nikola Jokic is better than Joel Embiid.
Nah, you believe that?
I believe that.
You think Nikola Vucevic?
No, Jokic.
Oh, Nikola Jokic.
The Joker.
It's hard to tell.
That is a hard.
Embiid is a better scorer than me because Jokic fakes too much and he's more passive.
I definitely agree that Jokic is the better all-around player.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a better player. I just feel like
that's a good analogy.
I feel like Embiid be holding back based off of his challenge, his competition that he has. Like I feel like the other night in the first half he was bluffing, and then once somebody got in his ass, he realized he had to turn it up, and he could have did that the entire game, and that's what separates a star from a superstar. Like you gotta be.
He was saying that on TNT.
Like everybody has bad games, but you gotta be able to know when you're supposed to turn it up at all times. I'd rather you give me 3 for 20 from the floor doing 100% on offense and defense and hustling, then you acting like you don't want to shoot, you only passing the ball, and you only got 6 points on 2 for 5 shooting, and you're supposed to be the most unstoppable player in the world.
Come on.
So for the time being, I will agree that Nikola Jokic is the better player because of his all-around game.
True that.
I have a come on your segment, and this is for Darren. I believe the Dallas Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle has the worst rotation in the NBA bubble so far, and is going to hurt him in the playoffs. Because this is what I believe. What is your opinion? Because I believe, let's say an unforeseen injury happens in the playoffs, and you need that veteran experience from a Barea that you might not get from a Burt. But you got Burt playing all these
Berea's going
minutes.
to do something.
Now let's just say it. Not that it'll happen, but let's say Steph Curry, Tim Hardaway, one of them goes down and they're out for extended period. You gonna just go for Trey Burke and hope he's do good, or then you just gonna come out of nowhere and like, hey JJ, I need you, bro. No, that's not. I don't
I
like
honestly
this.
don't know what he's gonna do. It really been like that the whole season. He keep changing the lineup. The starting five keep changing. I believe they had the most different starting fives this season.
I think they did.
Depending on the personnel of the other team. So I really don't know who he's going to play.
I mean, I understand.
He re-signed Trey Burke for a reason because they got him to trade with Porzingis and Tim Hardaway Jr. And then released him.
Yeah.
And then he got signed by Philly. Then Philly waived him, but now he's back.
But you got Boban, big ass on the bench.
And that man
and we understand how big he is. It's not that he needs to play 25, 30 minutes. It's getting him in at the right time. You can't I feel like Rick Carlisle, as good as he is, as long as he's been coaching, I feel like he's getting a little stagnant where he feels like he's more wants to develop talent and get players over than deal with the chemistry of the team. Continuing to change rotations is not going to build on the chemistry when it's needed the most. Like, you can't just go out of nowhere and give a guy like Finney Smith 30, 40 minutes a game, or Cleaver 20, 25 minutes a game, and then all of a sudden Cleaver's not getting as many minutes because you decide Boban can play this game. And sometimes it's not based off a matchup, it's just based off of Carlisle wanting to play a certain player.
No, that's not really true. I see when Boban plays most of the time against when his other tall ass centers, like tonight, like Gobert. So he put Boban in with the other people not playing.
Listen to what you just said. He put Boban in while the other people not.
And then Maxey wasn't playing that much at first until Dwight Powell got injured. So the injuries is causing Carlisle to keep changing his lineup.
But still, what does that have to do with the J.J. Barea part?
But how does that?
Remember, what did he have, a torn Achilles or something?
Yeah,
and he didn't start this year off either. With the team, he was still injured, and we signed DeLon Wright.
But DeLon Wright doesn't get as much time.
And got Seth back.
So I don't know what he's going to do.
Because we had Jalen Brunson.
You think people knew who Boban was?
He was a fan favorite. He was a favorite when he got him.
His execution brings a little bit of minutes on the floor.
I understand that, but like you said, he was a fan favorite at the Spurs because they knew what he could do when he gets to the
NBA. He a fan favorite on the Mavericks.
Play with the Spurs. Anyway, how does that have to do with losing off a Rams? Veteran playoff experience, not being able to be in a rotation at all. With Mahala playing 10 to 11 players most games.
I don't know.
I'm done then. You go ahead. What's your next?
You done with that one?
Yeah.
So, this is not really an argument, but I want to give a shout out to Devontae Graham. I didn't mention him for most improved, but that man increased his scoring from 4 points to 18 points. And he also averaged 7.5 assists. He's not getting a recognition because he's on the Charlotte Hornets, first of all. And they're not good, and they're not in the playoffs. But I like how Luka said that Devontae Graham should be a candidate for most improved instead of him. So I want to give a shout out to him on that.
Most definitely.
Anybody got anything else?
I agree with that. I think we have nothing else.
Hold up. I think they should up. When they do these finals, I think they should up the candidates more. Instead of just cutting it to 3. I don't like cutting it to 3.
Yeah.
Because somebody can have like a very good year, but they don't get that same recognition as others because they won't finish as a certain finalist. So they'll be like 4th or 5th.
Because football do the same thing when they cut it down to 3 people MVP. I don't know what season it was. I guess it was Romo last good season on the Cowboys, and they put him on the top 3 finalists. I didn't feel like he should have been on the top 3. I thought when DeMarco Murray got on there, I thought that should have been his spot. Because he made them that good. He almost had 2,000 yards that season.
I agree with.
Luka is elite. He shouldn't even be.
Luka is elite. That's what Luka was saying himself.
He's MVP type level.
Yeah, I've been here already. Second year not.
Like that, like Darren was saying, like Luka is, what, he's 4th MVP?
To me, I would put him 4th.
So
I would have threw him in there, added another
maybe,
game.
I think that's probably why they put him in the most improved too, since he wasn't included in the MVP.
But he kind of is one of the top most improved. But to me, even though he's one of my favorite players, I didn't look at it like that either. For him being most improved, because he improved so much from a rookie to this year. It just always seemed like he was a superstar.
Well, guys, that's all we have for this week. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we have more for you to come. Thank you.
Y'all heard what I said.